So I've just got some egg whites here with turkey breasts on top, and that's all I'm gonna have for breakfast. Good morning, guys. So my family and I went for a drive on Sunday. Today is Wednesday, but I took some time with this video. So we went for a drive on Sunday to Times Square and Midtown Manhattan. And the city that never sleeps is currently taking a short nap. So it was a bit depressing and shocking to see New York streets and Times Square and Midtown so empty. But it was a fun drive. We didn't exit the car. So those who would like to comment about safety and everything, we were very safe with our mask and in the car. But my kids had not exited the house for over 2 months, and they were just getting restless sitting in the house, everything on a daily basis, doing their schoolwork from home, everything at home, exercise, online school. It was quite stressful these past 2 months with the kids at home, everyone at home actually. So we said, let's go take a quick drive. We did a 1 hour drive around New York City, Manhattan, and it came out nice. Let's have a look at the video. So hope you like it, and please like, share and subscribe. But honestly, Times Square was like a ghost town. All right, enjoy. We have just turned into 42nd Street from the Western Highway of New York City, and as of now all we see is very little cars. The buildings look dead. There were cars, but nobody was walking around. The streets were empty. If you look here, these bicycles are lying here, and stores are completely shut. So we are on our way towards Times Square, and never seen New York like this in the 5 years we've stayed here. This is the cathedral from the back. Again, these stores would have been packed with people. The pavements you look and see here are empty. There would have been thousands of people walking on these very pavements on a regular day, and this was Sunday, so there would have literally been crowds. The Nike store here again closed. So while it was very easy to drive around, no traffic, nice and peaceful, but it was so depressing to see no one on the streets. Very sad actually. So we brought the kids out after a long time, and they too were quite shocked. This is Radio City Hall on the left. Usually there would be lines of people waiting in to go into shows, etc. So we passed down Broadway, Fifth Avenue. The kids and my wife were quite excited to be in New York after 3 to 4 months. My wife actually took these videos while I was driving. Yes, I love New York. All those stores are usually so crowded with tourists. So the real issue is tourists not being there, guys. They've not been visiting New York for obvious reasons, and New York City is mostly tourist crowds. So anyways, we are about to come into the main reason for this video, and that is Times Square. The heart of New York City is Times Square. Everyone knows that you cannot visit New York without hanging out at Times Square. So I actually took a small walk as well, and that'll come in the next clip. But here I'm just passing the core area of Times Square, Disney and all the Levi's store, and the ball drop is up just in front there if you look on top. So the lights are there, the vibe is there, but the people are missing, and that is something, you know, I cannot stomach. McDonald's again, as dead as it is. And we kept driving around in circles, just wanting to make sure we feel the vibe of the city again after so many months. I want to reassure you that we did not exit the car except for a short video I took in Times Square, but my wife and kids continued to sit in the car. So here too, the main parallel roads of Times Square, McDonald's here, Aladdin, all the Broadway kind of shows that you would see in your typical Times Square Manhattan setting. So we're just chatting in the car with the music playing, and because of that I decided to do a voiceover for this video. So I do apologize for that, but I still felt I should get the message across anyhow. H&M in front of us there, one of the best places for clothes, and just waiting here at a traffic light. So moving into, again, this was back at Times Square, and now you will see me actually walking around here. So come on, you've seen enough videos of New York City Times Square to know how crowded it usually is. There's a cop on horseback and another cop car, so a lot of cops around, which is a good sign. The steps are there right in front, the red steps of Times Square, and they're totally empty. We have a few tourists taking pictures, and you know, that's all I could really bear up with, because I'm usually here when the buzz is on with the hundreds and hundreds of people here 24 hours a day. Okay, so who do we have here? We have the naked cowboy on the left, the guy in the white underwear. He's like a trademark of Times Square, and he makes like $300 or $400 a day on a regular crowded day with tourists, but now I don't think he's making even 1/3 of that amount. There's the ball drop, 2020 ball drop, the New Year's Eve ball drop, and yeah, I was a little depressed, but I thought let me get this video and show you guys. And there was one stall open here, so I bought some water from there. Now we are driving back home. This is the USS Intrepid. This is the Navy ship that is a museum now, so you can buy tickets and go and visit all the planes and helicopters and all the parts of the ship out there. So now we are on the West Side Highway, and this board really got my attention, talking about forget about it if you don't wear a mask. Outside with no mask, forget about it. And there you can see the George Washington Bridge in the background. My building is just visible as well, but not very large. So heading back home, and I have to give you guys one final wave and thumbs up, as always, my traditional style. Here we are very close to home. You see me on the George Washington Bridge on my cycle very recently. So we did like a 1 hour drive around Manhattan, but overall got some good fresh air, felt motivated and hopeful that the virus will leave us soon in the next few weeks and everything would be back to normal. The heart of New York City and Times Square is the tourists and the visitors. By the way, the George Washington Bridge has 2 levels, so we are on the upper level now. It's an 88-year-old bridge, and supposedly the busiest bridge in the world. Anyway guys, need to log off now, so heading home. Thanks for joining. Take care, stay safe. Bye.